So basically what I want to talk about is, like last night. Like, what are you guys' thoughts about last night? Or whatever. It doesn't have to be about last night's discussion, but typically, it'd be like a follow-up show to the previous evening's stream, right? Which was cool. We were able to showcase, everybody's collection, right? That was really cool. So many people had so many cool displays. It was awesome. It was awesome. And then, of course, having, Robert Meyer Burnett on with us as well. He's always a treat to have on, man. It was really awesome. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the line now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for anybody who wants to call in and talk about it. Again, I'll probably limit calls to about like 10 minutes, right? That way everybody's got a chance to participate. International viewers as well. If you use Skype, you can call in for free. So keep that in mind. What is going on, my friends? Who am I speaking with tonight?
Shawn, bro.
Oh, what is up? What? You're number one again. Number one again, my friend. How's it going,
bro?
It's going good. It's going good.
That show was good last night, man. That was a good show last night.
Last night, yeah.
Mario
man.
was flexing. Mario was flexing with that Darth Vader.
Oh yeah, yeah, he was. He was. That was a nice collection, man. That was a nice collection.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people put in some great displays last night.
All the displays were good last night. All the displays were good.
Oh yeah.
Gave me ideas, man.
No, you didn't. I don't think you had a chance to put one in, did you?
No, I didn't get a chance to put it. I'm moving, so I'll have mine ready in about 2 months.
Oh, okay, that's not bad, and we'll probably do that again as well. It was really fun to just have the community be involved and basically kind of like exactly like this, right? Let's see what people's displays are. There was some really good ones. CT603 also. Here in the chat, man. He's
603 that was awesome. That was awesome display. I was impressed.
That was really cool. It was super cool. Yeah, but I mean, what'd you end up? So, I mean, having Rob on, that was really cool too, right? He doesn't have a lot of time to come on,
Robert,
so I thought that was fun.
Yeah, I've seen him, John Campbell. I've seen him. He's a good guy. He gives a good endpoint, and he tells it like it is. And I like him. I was shocked that he was on your show. I was shocked. I was kind of shocked. I was like, wow, man, this guy gets Robert too.
Oh yeah. Rob and I are friends, so he's always busy. So
yeah,
that's how that goes. You know what I'm saying? But
yep.
Yeah, we didn't really talk too much though, really last night, other than just sharing displays. I think we briefly touched on that gantry. The neon tank.
It's a cash grab. It's a cash grab. So I mean, it's what it is. What it is. People can get a chance to get their gantry, without paying $1,000. And the Spider-Man, I kind of expected that too. I already knew that was coming. Like it's what it is. I just feel bad for the people who pay $500, $600. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Oh, for the Spider-Man?
Yeah, you're paying $500-$600 for accessories. That's pretty crazy, bro.
Yeah, I actually just recently, right before the stream, saw one for sale for $380. So that's coming down now, because people didn't, now all of a sudden there's another version, so they're like, oh shoot, what am I gonna do?
I could have gotten it, but I passed on it. I was like, nah, it's not for me, And I mean, I like Spider-Man. I'm focused on other stuff than Marvel. I'm focused on Star Wars, what they got coming out. I'm focused on Super 7. I'm focused on what they got coming out. I'm focused on 3-0, what they got coming out. So it's like I can't do all of them. I mean, Marvel is like, I know after, like I told you, like Thor, I was like, I'm done with Marvel. Like I'm moving on. And but I did get to talk to someone today, and he did give me permission to talk about it. So, and that's about the 40th anniversary of Star Wars, and it's going to be good. Oh, it's going to be good.
Oh, for next year?
Next year. Oh, yeah. I mean, 3 of them he told me, I was like, yeah, I kind of knew they're going to repack that and 2.0 it. But the last 3, I was like, whoa, I didn't see that one coming.
Well,
But
I guess we're gonna find out next year, right? I mean, hopefully it's gonna be really good. I'm excited. I'm excited for 40th.
For one, I could tell you, one of them I could tell you is Han Solo. They are working out a deal. And
well,
it's not
that would be
only
really
Star
cool.
Wars, it's Indiana Jones. There's two. And that's why you haven't seen anything. Because they're working out the licensing and the money. So once that gets done, yeah, you're probably going to see Han Solo.
Well, that would be great.
And I don't know if it's going to be Empire Strikes Back, but I know it's going to be Return of the Jedi.
Right. Well, it would make sense if it's the 40th next year, but we'll see.
But Harrison Ford is asking a lot of money, man. He's asking for a lot of money.
Well, I would imagine, if anything, yeah, he would definitely be asking for a lot of money. That's a given.
And the reason why, like, people, the Iron Man, the reason why they don't put a lot of head sculpts is because Robert Downey Jr. asks a lot of money. And, like, he ain't no joke. He's asking for a lot of money. So Hot Toys has no other choice but, we can't pay all that, So they issue out figures with no head head sculpt.
Right.
So the Neon Tech, I've seen that. I like, okay, that they didn't want to pay, Robert Downey Jr. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and another thing, the Spider-Man, Tom Holland, he's getting up there too, where he wants a lot of money. So don't be expecting, like, every time you see a Spider-Man, you might see Tom Holland's head not be on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, right. I mean, well, that's what it all comes down to, right, is the licensing and all that stuff. And if they can get away with stuff that say,
companies are
like
hurting, man.
Troopers.
Go ahead. Hasbro for the first year has not been in the top 5. Has not been in the top 5. Lego's in the top 5. Bandai's in the top 5. Barbie's in the top 5. What other companies in there? I think there's another couple. But Hasbro is like 7th place. And Mattel is all in the bottom. They're not even in the top. They're not even in the top 20. So like, companies are hurting, man. They're hurting. They're hurting bad. And I know people want their products and stuff, but crazy things are going in China, man. I don't know if you've seen the news lately. It's getting kind of crazy over there, bro. Like Shang-Chi and all that stuff. That's kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, a lot of political stuff going on, and they're still stuck in that pandemic. Sort of, like, I know they're back on lockdown, stuff like that. It's been kind of yeah.
And he told me that their Hot Toys is behind, and they've been working 18 hours a day just to catch up. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but they made 28,000 Boba Fett on the throne. That's a lot, man. That's a lot.
28,000.
And Mandalorian, Luke, they made almost 29,000. And then on the Chrome Mandalorian, they made almost 29,000.
Jeez.
So you do the math. That's a lot, man. And that's why you're seeing, like, a lot of figures, like, being delayed, because they got to do all those first, to knock them out, and then they can work on it. And that's what, like, a lot of people, what they're not doing. Well, I'm telling you right now, get ready, because the storm's coming. Because they're going to be dropping the $400, the $500 ones. They're coming. Do not expect Carnage and Venom come out in January. No, they're coming in probably November, December. And they're going to be hitting people's bank accounts, bro. Like, I'm telling you right now. Like, it's crazy. The way he told me, I was like, what? Oh, snap.
Well, I mean, dude, if that's true,
thank
that's
God
going to
I
be...
don't have none of those pre-order, man. I don't have any of those pre-order, bro. I'm like, yo, that's some chunk change right there. That's a lot.
That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money, my friend. So I guess we'll see, man. I mean, next year or end of year, all right? Venom, Carnage. I mean, if that happens,
yeah.
And all that 40th stuff.
There's gonna be, like, the stuff like Wanda is coming, Batman and Robin is coming, and they're gonna be, like, thrown off. Like, I thought they would be out by now. But
yeah, and those three got delayed.
They're getting the big ones out first. I think that's what my conclusion is. They're getting the big ones out first, and then they're gonna drop the small ones a little bit by here, and that's a bad thing, because you have $500 thing coming and hit you on Christmas, bro. That's not good, man. That's not good at all.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened last year too, man. So, but I guess time's gonna tell, man. I mean, maybe Cyborg, maybe even soon. Not sure.
Cyborg, for what I heard, is probably November or December. They're still gonna come out. Whatever you saw was supposed to come in June. What you saw in June was supposed to come out. Get ready for November and December. They're gonna be dropping, bro.
Oof. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing then.
And it's gonna be one by one, bro. Like boom, boom. You might get 10 releases in 1 month, maybe 15. We don't even. I mean, he told me it's gonna come like a wave, like boom, boom, boom. You might see 1, 2, 3 a week. Is because they want to get them out. They want to get them out before the end of the year. And,
right,
the book.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because they don't get paid until it comes out. Like, that's why people say, well, they put it in an order. No. Hot Toys does not get the money until everything's released. As soon as the shipment goes to Sideshow pays them. So if they're sitting on, projects that's not done yet, they're not getting paid. So Hot Toys is going to want to get that production to the T. You know what I mean? Like, they want to get it out. Boom, boom, boom. Like Hasbro. Hasbro want to get it out. Like, want to get it out. Like, right. Super 7, they don't wait. Super 7 doesn't wait for nothing. They just drop it. Boom, boom. Get it out. They drop like three, four waves out, you know?
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's crazy, dude. It's a crazy time right now. And then collecting, I mean, you got to be smart. You got to be good. But,
yeah, no, you guys definitely do. You got to be smart about it. Save your money. Yeah, man. Well, listen, man. Let's wrap on that one, man. We got a lot of people in here right now, but that is interesting news, man. If that happens next year, that's going to be pretty wild, brother. So we're gonna have to stay tuned, man. We'll come back and see, and hopefully that happens.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
I'll let you know.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, thank you again, man, for calling in, brother. And I will obviously talk to you soon, man.
Oh, I will. I know.
All right, bud. All right, you have a good one, bro. All right. That was interesting, man. That's very interesting. So maybe we will see. Man, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think we'll see a Han Solo next year? I hope so, man. I hope so. So anyway, my apologies, my man. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm good, man. I'm having a good Sunday, man. So yeah, and that Han Solo announcement. Hopefully it comes true, dude.
Oh man, I hope so. I hope so, man. We haven't had a Han Solo in a while.
Exactly.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you can kind of get away a little bit with it, just having the Return of the Jedi getup, because I mean, he doesn't have the jacket, but he has the vest. But right. I think the pants and the shirt are the same. So
that would be really cool, man. That would be great, dude. I don't know. You caught yesterday. I know you were in the chat. You saw all the photos of everybody's collections and stuff. I mean, were there any that like stood out for you at all? That looked like really cool, or?
I had you guys in the background while I was doing stuff. So I wasn't really paying attention and anything. I was just listening to you guys.
Oh, just more listening. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I saw some pictures online. I think on Facebook and stuff like that. And, I mean, they're really nice displays. I was going to throw a picture of mine in there, but I wasn't like, it's still not ready. It's just like one shelf, nothing like anything monstrous or anything like that. But yeah, man.
Yeah, that's how it is sometimes, though, right? Sometimes it's never ready, right? Right? You're like, oh, okay. This display will be ready when I get this figure or this figure, and then I get this or I get that, and then, before you know it, sometimes it's just like this never-ending process.
Exactly. And then you look at it one day and you're like, you know what? I kind of want to change this top shelf into this theme. Oh, look, these new lights are coming out. Let me install these lights. Yeah, it's a never-ending battle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. But it was good. It was good, to be able to, share everybody's, collection, their displays, with the community and whatnot, and having Rob on the show was really cool, and it was cool, man. It was really good.
Yeah, man. I like how you guys just really like to bring in us small time guys. You know, you like to bring the rest of the community on and all that, and have it be part of this stuff. It's really cool.
Oh, dude, that's what it's all about, man. That's how I feel. And this is what's great. You guys can call in and voice, man. I mean, again, last night we didn't really talk about much, right? I mean, it was mostly just showing everybody's collection, but there wasn't a whole lot either, right? I mean, other than the D23 non-exclusive, Spider-Man and then the Iron Man, the gantry and the neon tech. I mean, not much happening this week.
Everyone's going apeshit over a little churro, and I'm over here waiting for my George Clooney Batman with the credit card. So,
I think that's gonna come, man. I mean, now that we're getting Batman Forever figures, man, they'd probably do a Batman and Robin.
Yeah, that would be awesome, dude. And I mean, I don't know if going back to Shane bringing up the whole likeness thing. I'm hoping they strike a deal with Schwarzenegger, because I would love a Mr. Freeze, and it just lights up. Oh, dude, that'd be an amazing thing to have.
Dude, that would be so awesome. Because you give us a George Clooney Batman, and then you give us Arnold, Mr. Freeze, maybe, and 𝗕𝗓𝗢𝗠𝗘 or something, Poison Ivy. I don't know. They obviously don't need another Robin. I guess they could, but you know what I mean? Like, then I think we would have every iteration of Batman that's been on screen, right?
Yeah, they could. Yeah, but they could release the Chris O'Donnell as Nightwing to go with that. That'd be cool.
That's true. That is true. That would be pretty awesome. DC doesn't get a lot of love with Hot Toys, man.
They don't. And I got my Batman Begins figure delay email too. I was like, man. I was like, you guys really don't push these out. Just give us a little love here and there, man.
Just here and there, man. Just here and there. I think they're predominantly a Disney company, really, at this point, right? I mean, sad. That's what it is.
I mean, if that it is very sad. And I mean, I don't know if it's a money thing or a rights thing. Or just Disney just really being on top of them, going, look, pump all this out. We need this, 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 and this. But I do miss the days of Hot Toys, man, where it was like, the random movies.
Yeah.
Or, like that's what got me into Hot Toys, is that these figures from these movies that I never had as a kid, or were completely inaccurate as a kid, are coming out. So I'm like, this is amazing.
Generic
but now,
toys.
Yeah, and now it's just like, well, here's this, here's two properties, have fun. And I'm like, oh, well, I mean, that's cool, but that's not what I'm into. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, we had our RoboCop, our Terminator, Aliens, Predator, Michael Jackson's Batman, Jack Sparrow. What just like you said, a lot of just different movie properties, and that's what it's for me made it interesting. And then all of a sudden it turned into this, well, now it's all Star Wars, now it's all MCU. Whew. It's not the same.
Yeah, man. I really hope this RoboCop reissue does really well to show them that us collectors want more than just, quote unquote cape shit, so.
Right. Well, imagine if next year they actually release what they teased a few years ago, the Ripley with Power Loader 2.0, from Aliens.
That would be amazing.
See,
that would just be so good.
Right? Like that's I mean, I can't speak for everybody in the community, right? But that's what a lot of us want. We want those movies, It's cool that you have Disney stuff, but give us, the other properties as well.
And technically, under the Disney umbrella, that is a Disney property now. So what's stopping them?
Exactly. I know it's Fox now, right? So they could do.
Yeah.
I don't know what Predator is. Predator under Fox?
It sure is.
I think so, right? Yeah. Jeez, everything's owned by Disney.
It really is. And if the rumors are true, in 4 years, Universal could own Warner Brothers. So then Universal will have that under their umbrella. It's crazy, but yeah, it's Disney owns a lot, man.
They do, man. And DC is just all over the place. So, you know, not even through Hot Toys, but just as the company itself, right? So if Universal picks them up, and if you know what I mean, they're all over the place. They don't have, I just don't think they have a direction, and I think that's a reflection of with Hot Toys, in a way.
Correct.
You know, if you think about it, right? If there's all screwy and not sure what's going on, then what's Hot Toys gonna do? You know, make figures that may be a one-off, you know, uncohesive universe, so to speak, right? Because now, Batman's not Batman anymore. We got a new guy, but maybe old Batman's coming back. Superman's not Superman, but actually maybe he is coming back. You know, like I don't know what's going on with DC.
Yeah, there's just, and it's always secretive, and it's never, you know, clear. It's like, look, obviously, okay, Ben Affleck, he's back. I mean, he's not fully back. Like, you know, he's not going to get his own movie, but they're bringing the dude back for Aquaman and the Flash and stuff. They're kind of going away with making Michael Keaton the DCU Batman. They're trying to at least keep it coherent. But
well, I think I lost you, brother. I think I lost you, my friend. Interesting. Well, my apologies. I don't know what happened, unless it was on your end, but disconnected, brother. But that's okay. That's okay, man. We were going to probably wrap anyway. I don't know what happened on that one, my friend. But hey, lines are open. Anyway, guys, hey, what is going on? Who am I talking to tonight?
Jason, bro.
It is Jason. What is up, my man?
What's up, my man?
Nothing, man.
Good.
How are you doing?
Good, man. Good.
I noticed you called earlier. That was weird that it, like, crossed over, man. So.
Yeah, man. Hey, aliens, bro.
Right. Hey, it might be.
Aliens.
It might be, guys. It might be. Yeah, man. I don't know. Did you get a chance to catch last night's stream? I think I saw it briefly.
I caught parts of it. I was out with my wife last night. Mm-hmm. I caught parts of it, but I rewatched it when I got home.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Any thoughts on that, or?
Yeah, man. It's kind of weird. I think Hot Toys is like just releasing stuff to just release stuff. I knew the Spider-Man. That's a money thing, bro. They're not gonna not miss that opportunity to grab money based off the hype for the D23 exclusive. I knew that was gonna come.
Yeah, that one's a given. That was a given. I mean,
yeah.
I kind of feel bad for people that bought it, but it is what it is.
Well, I mean, you know, that's the nature of the game, bro. Like, sometimes you just gotta be patient. You know, you don't gotta be the first person to get it. And what I really feel bad about is, and I mean, you know, Mario touched on it in the stream last night, was, you know, you're gonna have people that are scalpers that are gonna, you know, they're gonna capitalize on it, and that's another, you know, habit of anything that you collect. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know, Disney dropped the ball on that. They should have limited it to like 1 or 2 articles for each guest. You know,
right? Like
that's
at the event.
Yeah. Like, you don't, when you see somebody walking around with like 10 or 15 of them, that's not a collector, dude. That's somebody trying to profit on somebody missing out. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a collector. They might have bought one for themselves, but hey, I'm going to grab as much cash as I can to fund other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it is what it is. I can't fault them, and it's the nature, you know? It is what it is.
It is. But, you know, again, I agree with your point. I think people need to exercise patience in this game of collecting, man. Because you never know. And especially now, right? Because seemingly everything that we've seen, you know, that's been branded as an exclusive has now found its way to Sideshow. Right?
Well, that's like an oxymoron. There's no exclusivity in exclusive. You know what I mean? Like, it's what made it exclusive for D23 was the add-on, you know, accessories for the figure. That's the exclusive, is the additional accessories. So if you don't have that, do you really have the exclusive? No. You have another copy of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's good on both. It's good on both parties because somebody that couldn't make the event but still wants that figure can now get that figure.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That is true.
And not pay through the nose for what some of the figures were going for. And then the scalpers are going to get burned on it because then now they're going to sit on this stuff, and this other figure came out, and Hot Toys is smart, dude. They watched the market. They had people, I'm sure, that are like watching and saying, hey man, you know, they're going for like $500, $600, $700 on eBay right now. Why don't we just drop the figure without the accessories, and then you chop their knees out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you have these scalpers with inventory that they got to move, and they're going to lower the price. So then, you know, somebody that didn't miss out on it, they might have to pay a little bit more, but if that's what they want, they have the opportunity now.
Oh, and that's what I was saying earlier. I saw that Spider-Man for like $380 today.
Yeah,
that's a lot lower than what it was selling for last week.
Oh, yeah, it was in the sixes last week. You know, I watch all kinds of markets, man, and I'm always like looking around. You never know when you're gonna come across a deal or something.
Right.
But I saw it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm watching it, and I want it because I'm in the SoCal area. So, I mean, that's the reason why I want it. Disney's only stone throw away, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's a neat opportunity, right, as an exclusive at the event, which I totally get, you know. But even then, though, if you think about like the Stormtrooper, the clone Stormtrooper, or the Mark 46 2.0, right? I mean, those were Shanghai exclusives, but now they're on Sideshow, but they're the same, right? They didn't take away anything from those exclusives. So it's...
Yeah, I mean,
interesting.
that could have been something with Disney, too. I mean, that could be, you know, because it was a park exclusive for that event, Disney could have been like, hey, like, you cannot drop this figure with the accessories. So that could be some kind of hidden agreement with them.
That's true. I mean? There's a lot of stuff that we don't know. But I think at the end, it makes me feel, though, that nothing really is truly exclusive in that respect, right? Like when they say, hey, you know, we got this new thing coming out, it's only in this region. Well, I'm less inclined to believe that, right? Because of recent events.
I think from history, probably would have been correct, but as time has evolved in the community and the collecting, like, it's changed. It's a whole different paradigm now. So, I mean, people got to take that in consideration. Don't get the FOMO, you know, threat about like, I got to get this figure because I'm going to miss out. Like, just wait a little bit, be patient. Otherwise, you're going to pay for that. And being patient, you're going to pay more than what the figure is actually worth. Why would you pay like $800 for something, dude? That's crazy.
Some people don't care.
Yeah, I mean, by any means, like, I don't know anybody else's financial background or whatever, and if they can afford to do that, then that's on them. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's part of the community. But I mean, not everybody has that opportunity, and what that causes is people see other people or collectors or creators that do that, and then they, at the end of the day, you become influential when you're in the limelight. So when people see that, they, you know, some people are more inclined to be like, well, they got it, then I should get it. And then, you know, it goes back to the collecting.
It fuels that, yeah.
10 Commandments, you know what I mean? Like, don't do that. Like, just wait, man.
Yeah.
Look at Marvel. Star Wars is now like the fast track. You got Endor coming out. Like, it's out. You know there's going to be figures for that. You got Boba. They're talking about doing another season of that. We're probably going to get another season of Obi-Wan. We got Mando's next season coming out.
Ahsoka.
Like, Star Wars is the hype right now. So all of these collectors that are reassessing their collection now, they're starting to part ways with stuff like, do I really want this? Well, no, I want to make room for something else. My collection is, you know, shifted gears now. It's more inclined to this way versus this way.
Right.
And there's plenty of secondary market places to come up on a figure, or just in the community, man. Just in the community. Wouldn't you rather you sell the figure to somebody that collects and you know it's going to go to a good home versus it trying to, somebody buying it just to scalp it to make money?
Oh, absolutely.
Off of it?
I would much rather,
Like,
if I ever sell one.
I would rather buy from a fellow collector than a scalper. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree, brother. I agree, man. And I mean, I guess, we'll see what happens as time progresses here, is whether or not, we're going to see more exclusives that are not really exclusives, or, what's that going to do? Is that going to prevent people, like you're saying, from trying to do scalper prices on things, because then they may have the risk, right? They may have a risk saying, you know what, I'm going to go buy 10 of these or whatever, but they may not, when they start seeing that these turnarounds are changing, right? Where you're like, oh, maybe they're going to put out another version, so maybe I'm not going to buy 10 of these to try to flip, right? Otherwise they're stuck, and then the prices are down, and then it's not worth it. So I think they're doing whatever they can to combat it. No.
Yeah, you don't want to be a bag holder.
Yeah, exactly, brothers. So, well, man, let's go ahead and wrap, man. Man, we got about 10 in there, man. We got a few people on the line, man, but it's really awesome, dude. You got awesome thoughts, man. And hopefully, you're right. Hopefully they'll start doing more of that and less benefits for scalpers, essentially, right?
Yeah, the term exclusive, I think, only should have prevalence in regards to something that's numbered. If it's not numbered, then it's not really exclusive.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, statues, a lot of them are numbered. So that's an exclusive item. Like when you start seeing stuff from Queen Studios and Farm One, those are normally numbered and they're very limited. And then you miss the bag on that, that's it. And then you're going to pay the secondary market. With 1/6 scale, like I don't want collectors to feel like they're going to get discouraged or I missed out, because sooner or later down the road, be patient. Something will open up. An opportunity will be there for you to be able to get what you want. You know what I mean? Be patient. That's all I can say to collectors.
Those are facts right there, brother. So
yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, man, we will talk soon, man. I do appreciate you calling in, my man, and we'll talk soon, bro.
Always, man. Always
right,
good
brother.
to talk to you, bro.
What's going on, my man? Who am I talking to tonight?
Hey, man, it's CT603. What's going on?
Oh, hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
All righty, man. Just want to, let me just say hello to everyone out there in La Familia. Say hi to AJ, Commander Green, Blackbird, Shawn, and, of course, the Mafia Protocol droid. Love that thing.
The droid, man, holds us all together.
Working hard.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, yeah, it's cool, man. What's on your mind, bro?
Man, that was a good stream last night. Gave me a lot of good ideas with the displays. I've been up all day cleaning up the displays, moving things around, adding in some comic books, some nice variants.
Oh yeah,
a lot of great ideas. What's that? 𝗕𝗘𝗥𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗕. I like that theme. Like he had the panels in the back, the Indiana Jones.
Oh, that was amazing.
All the different. Yeah, that looked good. Howard, he had some real nice risers. Then there was even Brandon Salazar. He had the floating shelves. I use those up in my living room. I don't have a living area, so what I do is I have a couple floater shelves, and if I'm just playing with the figure, posing with it, whatever, I put it up on the floating shelf when I'm upstairs. So I'll just keep it up there and put it.
Oh, yeah,
there.
that's
so
good.
we got
just something like
we worked a couple of floaters. We like those. Yeah. So something's always in there, something different. Whatever I'm playing with is there.
No, that's a good
idea.
idea.
And then Dockinator and Hot Toys Nightmare. Man, the volume, just the sheer volume of all the figures. And that Hot Toys Nightmare, that army. I don't know what he said. He had 150 friggin'
he had
I don't know.
He had a total of 50 troopers. There was like 35
It's insane.
of the 501st and then 15 Coruscant guards. Crazy display.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
So man, I'm taking things from all of them. All of them. I loved it all. It looked great.
That's awesome. And that was the idea, right? For everybody to see and share their collections with everybody. And hopefully people can draw inspiration from one another too and be like, wow, you know, that's part of the collecting world, right? Because sometimes, you know, you feel like maybe you are kind of alone in the journey sometimes, right? You're focused on your display or whatever and what you're purchasing and you know, the finances that come along with it and the budgeting and all that stuff. But then when you get to see other people, see all their passion and their creativity in the displays and collection, I think it brings people more, you know, back into it. Like, wow, this is really exciting to see, you know, obviously I'm not alone, but like seeing it is, you know, it's much more, I think it kind of solidifies, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no question. There is a lot to collecting and you can get lost in the weeds, you know, and, you know, to see those other collections, you know, gives you, lets you get a little fresh perspective on your own collection and kind of mix it up and get things fresh again.
Oh, yeah.
But regarding Brother Cousins, I don't know what's going on. My cockpit, my Falcon cockpit is not repainted. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you guys are trying to trigger me. I know you're out there trolling Jazz Inc. Man,
no,
all you guys.
It looked weird. Like, but it could have been the angle of the lighting on that image. That's why I was like, does it look different?
My Falcon cockpit is just fine. Okay. And yeah, it's got some paint defects, but so is all my Hasbro stuff. You know, come on. There's overspray, there's paint that's running on all that stuff. So I don't get it, man. No one's complaining about those Batmobile 66. It's the same pictures.
You think so?
Only these panels are complaining. Give me some people who have it, who are complaining and who are angry.
Well, let me ask you this, man. Do you think the people that do have it, that may have paint issues, would complain? Or are they just happy with, you know, I'm curious.
Excellent. No, excellent point. Because my Falcon cockpit has paint issues. Mm-hmm. No question. There's those, on the cockpit, there's those big brown pads, those tan pads that go around the doorways and stuff. And they should be tan. And on mine, there's heavy overspray on the black. They're more black than they are tan. And there's some overspray. There's a little run near the window, but nothing major. So do I complain about that? Would I complain about that? No. And here's why. You know, Jazz Inc., I think they get a little bit of latitude because of what they are. They are a company. That what other company is out there that says, what do you want? Everyone, we're going to open it up. Tell us how you want it. What do you want in it? What should it look like? And they build it exactly the way you want it. No matter how difficult it is, they figure that out down the road and they eat those costs. So number one, I'm just thankful there's someone out there building the stuff I want and not teasing me and not delivering it, right? I can get it now. If Hot Toys builds something, that's great. I can consider that later. But I know it's not going to be perfect with Jazz Inc. They're a small company coming up. And let's face it, some of those Star Wars, those OT figures, they look a little busted, man. Some of those early on face sculpts.
I don't know about that. I mean, well, okay, some of the soft goods, right? I'll give you that. But that's, you know, Hot Toys materials used, right? They need to improve on some of that stuff. So I totally agree with you on that. I was curious only because I wanted to purchase that vehicle. And for what I was seeing, I was like, ooh, I don't know. Like, if I want to drop money, and that's just me, I guess, but if I wanted to put down, you know, upwards of $2,000, I want it perfect. Does that make sense? That's like Ecto 1 money.
I understand that, but you're not going to get perfection from anybody. These things all have flaws. They can all be improved. They can all be better.
That's why we get 2.0s. That's why we get 3.0s. And Denobi, if you're listening, Mister, it's fake stuff, and if they don't have a license, it's fake. Did I hear it right? Did he spend $7,000 on a walker leg made out of inferior resin? That's not plastic. I'm sure that thing was made out of resin if it was printed.
That I'm not
so
sure
he
of.
spent a lot of money. He went to somebody to have something built that he wanted. How is that any different than Jazz Inc?
Well, that's a good point. It's not too much
I
different.
mean, you got to do what you got to do to get the things you want. And if Hot Toys isn't delivering it, you got to look where you can.
Well, I think that's kind of where it started, at least for me. Like, I like dioramas. So I really appreciate that, right? Like, I have the Emperor Throne Room. It's not here yet, but it's coming. I like that type of stuff because and I guess it might be akin to what you're saying. If there's something that you want that nobody's making and then there's somebody out there that will make it, you're more inclined to forego any like imperfections or things like that because you're like, well, I can't get it anywhere else, essentially, right? Like, Hot Toys has teased a lot of stuff, but are they ever going to put it out?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I get it. I think, Jazz Inc. they're fair game now. They have gone, my defense is on shaky ground now because they are now growing. They are a license holder now. Now they have Zack Snyder signing their stuff. And that quality should be much better, right? So
agreed.
Yeah, they're getting to that point where they're growing up. They're becoming a big company, and they should be accountable. I agree.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if I buy the Batmobile and yours looks better than mine, I feel like that's a problem for me. If we were to all buy the Hot Toys DeLorean, we would all get the Hot Toys DeLorean. Right? We would all have the same thing. There's no, unless you had like an actual defective product, in which case they would replace it and then you'd have the same version I have. So I just want that level of consistency now, especially like you're saying, if it's a licensed product, officially licensed, then we all need to have the same. So regardless of, I don't know how many photos they are, but if I see stuff like that going around, then I'm like, see, that deters me then, right? Because then what if I buy it and I'm like, wow, my paint apps aren't that great on this for some reason, or on the flip side, I get it, it's absolutely perfect, right? But then the other guy's like, wow, mine's not. And that's where I'm saying I agree with you with licensing. I think everything should be like identical, right? That's my thing.
Yeah. And good luck.
I know, right?
They're playing with the big boys. They're running with the big dogs now. So I'm excited. I'm excited for my snow speeder.
I can't wait to see that.
Consistency isn't always there with Hot Toys. I've now got 3 snow speeder Lukes, and they all look different. All the suits are weathered differently. One's very muddy. One looks slightly clean. When I look in their eyes, one looks like he's weeping. His eyes are watering. So there are slight little things when you look at. When you're talking about vehicles, I think it's scaled up even more, and those things are more noticeable.
Well, yeah,
but I won't.
It's much larger.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Jazz Inc. So. I know they make mistakes, and I know they try to work them out. And I think there was a lot of stuff that got out there that was, misinterpreted with that guy who really wasn't looking for Jazz Inc. for a solution. He was just looking for a suggestion.
Right.
And then everyone kind of rushed
to
fight the fight for him.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that being like basically a misunderstanding. Just out of context almost, right? And Yost is a cool guy, man. I know he'll take care of you if there's any problems. So that's the thing. Like, if there's ever anything that's wrong, you always reach out, and I know he's going to do his very best to accommodate you. I was myself just kind of like, damn, I hope, because I need that Batmobile. But I want to, what I mean? I want to make sure for me, like,
I
That's
want that
zero
so
issues.
bad. I don't want any of the other Batmobiles. That's the one. That's the one I want. And yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, man. If that N1 happens, and just these speeder bikes, just trying to keep up with what's out there now, I don't think that Batmobiles in my future.
Oh, I know it's tough, man. And you've got the snow speeder coming from him too. So between that and everything else, it's almost like you're picking a lane. You're like, well, my vehicles are my Star Wars lane, basically.
That's it. And, that's opened the door to custom figures, for me to get my DAC figure made. So I'm having fun with that. But, last night's stream, opens it up all over again. Got me unpacking things and finding things I forgot I had, my son was listening, and he wanted me to, he was asking about, we have an Infinity Gauntlet signed by Stan Lee. We met Stan Lee.
Amazing.
And, and he wants to get a 𝗕𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘. We have a few Marvel figures kicking around here. So he wants his display. So he wants to start doing something there. And he said he wants that Infinity Gauntlet in there. So there was a proud papa moment there for me. And, the picture with the three of us with Stan. So
yeah, see,
it was a great
amazing
moment.
right there, man.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Well, listen, I know we got a lot of other people who want to get in, and
yes, sir.
It's getting late on the East Coast. But thanks for the stream. Like I said, opening up things, rebuilding these displays, having a lot of fun. Great figures are coming, getting great deals out there. Scored a great deal on a speeder bike.
Hell
yeah. These are good times.
Good times.
I get it. The economy's tough, but for collecting, really, like you said, be patient, because there are good times and opportunities coming if you're patient.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, man. So, well, shit, man, you have a good rest of your night then, man. And then we will talk soon, of course, as always, here on the show and everywhere else. So,
right on.
Awesome, brother. All righty, my friend. Peace. Good points. Good points on that with Yost, man. Not everything can be, perfect. But hey, you know what? If you know what else is doing it, that's amazing. It is. There's some really good stuff there. And then you also take care of you. So let's see. We got another call in now. What's going on this evening? Who am I talking to tonight?
Yo, it's AJ.
AJ, my man. How you doing, brother?
Doing all right. Yourself?
Not bad, man. Another day.
Good to hear.
Yeah, man. So did you get a chance last night? I thought I saw you in there.
Yeah, I passed through. I was a little busy. I had plans, but I caught the replay and watched it this morning, and I liked the show. I thought it was awesome.
Hell yeah.
It's kind of been a slow week, as we all know, like a couple weeks. So it's kind of just different to turn the camera kind of around, for lack of a better term.
No, that's actually a perfect term. I didn't even think of it that way. But that's exactly, I guess that's exactly what we did. Turned it around. Yeah. Let's see what people are doing.
We're always looking at you guys, or, the content creators for, what they're getting, what they're adding to their collection and everything. And it's kind of like, it's just a different perspective to be like, what are you guys adding to the collection? You adding something new, or how's it going? Like,
right.
Fun.
Yeah. And I try to, I like to try to do that every few months, every couple months or something. Like I like that, man. It's a good phrase right there, man. Turning the camera around, right? Like it's to everybody else, and it's fun, man. And dude, and so many people had so many cool displays.
Oh yeah. That's what I thought was interesting. Like just seeing, what everybody does with, like you said, it's a great way to express themselves. I think it was Mario was saying that, but like it's a way that we show our love for these collectibles just in a different way. Everybody has their unique ways. Like I loved how, I know he's just talking about CT603. Like I loved how he used his basement wall as part of, the Hawk diorama and stuff like that. Like that was really cool. Like just something different,
Yeah, man. It's super creative. Like seeing everybody's, And God, there was so many people we looked at last night, but some with the floating shelves is really cool. And then of course, all the 𝗦𝗔𝗧𝗢𝗠𝗕 setups or the detops with like all the different colored lights. I mean, it's very cool. Or mixing posters and different scales in, so there was so much stuff I saw last night that I've never considered myself, right? Maybe you love collecting, but maybe you're not very creative in that sense, right? And you get to see other people and what they've done, and it gives you, some inspiration. Wow, I didn't know I could even, you didn't even think about that, for example, right?
Yeah, I know for me it's been kind of like a development, like, because I started collecting before I knew, like, if any of the content creators or anything like that, like, it was just, the natural extension of what I already collected. And so as I was, getting figures, whatnot, they just kind of went wherever. And then, when we hit the pandemic, that's when I really discovered, all the content creators that are out there. And like, so, watching content, I'm like, oh, I didn't know I could do that with a figure, or let's try this. Or so slowly it gets more dynamic, and as I've added to the other wall of that room, or, expanded into other areas, it's like, let's try this, let's try that. You get a little more adventurous.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. You do. It's, and especially when, like, obviously finances is a thing, right? Because these aren't cheap. But the main issue is space, right? We all run into space, I think. So being able to, look at other people's collections like that and seeing how some people utilize their space, like you said, right? You're kind of just setting up, and then all of a sudden it starts to, maybe it spills over to this area or this. And it's like, how do you make it look the way you want with limited space, right? And that's where I think a lot of creativity comes in, and because we're all in a finite amount of space, so it's crazy.
Exactly. You can't just add another wing on to wherever you live and go,
right.
Here we go, let's add more.
Just tear this wall down.
But,
and
yeah,
then...
that's exactly. Yeah, that's kind of the mode I'm in right now. Like, I just hit the start of the window for my 𝗦𝗔𝗧𝗢𝗠𝗕 cases. So I'm just waiting for that email to show up. Like I think I'm like a month in or whatever now, but I'm just waiting for that email to show up for when they're coming. So I've kind of started to free up some space, move some stuff around, so when they get here, I can put them in. And so the ideas are kind of coming into my head, like, what do I want to do with these when they actually show up?
Yeah, that's the tough one, man. And the problem is like with collecting in general, but I mean, if we just bring it down to 6 scale or whatever, that's the only drawback with 𝗦𝗔𝗧𝗢𝗠𝗕 is the amount of time it takes to get here. By that time, maybe your tastes have changed, or maybe there's been new announcements, or maybe you forgot that there's stuff that's coming out for release that you just forgot about, right? So you start over this year or so on a wait period for your display cases to come in. And then by the time they do, you may have like new figures, or you may have changed it up, and you're like, wow, at the time that would have been cool. Maybe I should have ordered some more of these, or a different configuration, because I had no idea they were bringing out bark speeders, for example. Like, let's say you ordered the 𝗦𝗔𝗧𝗢𝗠𝗕 like 6 scale series, and you thought, well, that's going to be pretty good. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, here's a vehicle, here's a vehicle, here's a vehicle. You're 6 months in, you're like, oh man, maybe I should have got the DF series, because I didn't anticipate these vehicles. Stuff like that. Like that's happened. So I understand what you're saying. Sometimes it's tricky because with the long wait times, you don't know. Our collection's always evolving.
Exactly. And I mean, heck, to be honest, when I put in the order, I think like, X06 even had like one figure out. So now it's like, oh, I've got all these Star Trek figures now. It's like, where am I going to put these guys? Or, like just thinking differently as it changes and evolves. It's definitely a good question.
No, it is 100%, man. And, and that's what's cool about, seeing how everybody else adapts, because I know some people even, that showed their collection, they have 𝗦𝗔𝗧𝗢𝗠𝗕 cases coming, right? Some of them already have them. Some have them coming. And what have they done in the meantime, right? They've improvised and created, really cool looking displays, man. So it was really cool to see everything, man. And, and having Rob on the show to talk about it too. It was just fun. It was a good show, I think.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Yep, totally. So, But yeah, like I said, we'll see. And then, throwing more curveballs into the picture, like my local Comic-Con, they decided to do a second one in like 2 weeks.
Oh.
So I always tend to find good, fun things there, or like, snag a good deal that you weren't expecting. So it's like, oh, now I'm like, well, what am I going to come across now? It's like, can I find something, because it seems like there's always decent deals like you just didn't expect, and it's like, it's such a good deal, it's like I can't pass this up. It's like I found things at retail that have been sold out for years ago. Heck, last when they had it in May, there was somebody who had I'm trying to remember the character's name, but Lawrence Fishburne's character in Predators, like they had that figure there.
I forgot the name
I'm just
too.
like, I'm like, man, that's such a unique figure. Like I unfortunately passed on it, but I was just like, it's so unique. I don't think I've ever seen this figure in hand. And it's just things like that. Like, it's just kind of like, what are you going to run into? So part of me is kind of holding back too, because I'm like, you could find something you've been looking for that might be big, or like, God forbid you come across like a Palpatine in the throne or something, or whatever.
Going to those cons like that, and you never know. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, now I've got this item I wasn't anticipating picking up, because the deal was there. Exactly. And that's just it. Like, because I missed a lot of the OT stuff. So that's the stuff I'm looking for. And I'm like, hey, let's see. But, if we get re-releases, then that's cool for me. But, those are the kind of things I'm looking for, is like, oh, if I come across this. So it just try to keep space for stuff you don't think you'll come across, which is always a difficulty. Oh, it is, because I've done it too. And I'd be like, well, I've made some space for future figures. And then I look at my display and I'm like, well, that looks rather barren. This is bothering me. I need to fill it up. Like, so it never works for me. It never works for me. Or there's a delay of like what's been happening recently, where something gets delayed 6 months and you were expecting it. And then you're like, I don't want to look at this for 6 months being empty, and you fill it with something and go, well, why did I do that now? Right. Now it's out and you're like, well, I need this space. Yeah. I feel that, man. Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, no, really cool, man. Really, really cool being able to participate with everybody last night. It's cool you were able to catch the replay. And, I'll probably do that again. I'm not sure when, but we'll be doing more, stuff like that along, the road, because it is cool. Like you said, it's kind of, different perspective, right, from the community standpoint. And that's really what it's all about, because we all are a community here, and it's cool. Not a lot of people have that opportunity, and they want to show their collection, right? They want people to see this and like, hey, this is what I've done. And man, there was some really good ones last night too. I mean, everybody, but some of them really just, I was like, wow, that's cool, man. Yeah, and it's just a bit different than, obviously, everybody's on panels and everybody's talking and whatnot, and we're talking about the same topics. And like, when it's a slow week, it's like, how many more times is somebody going to talk about, like, the Neon Tech Iron Man and the gantry or something like that, where it's like, it's a different way to bring in something new or something that hasn't been talked about to keep things fresh. So yeah, definitely. Definitely, brother. Well, cool, man. Well, we'll go ahead and probably wrap then, man. But I mean, I appreciate you calling in, man. That's so cool. We will obviously talk soon as well, man. Everybody in the chat, everybody here, man. You know how it is here, man. So I do appreciate you calling in, bro. All right. Take care, man. All right, bye. Brother. You too, my man. All right. Hello, my friend. Who am I talking to tonight?
Hey, this is Blerd Dad.
Blerd Dad. Well, hello, my friend. Long time no see.
Oh.
You still there?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Did we lose you?
Anthony?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I'm here. Yeah, man, what's up?
No, what's going on?
I'm trying out this new headset tonight, man. How you doing?
Okay. I'm doing great. I didn't know if there was some mix up between the lines here or not, man. Oh yeah, so we're coming in loud and clear.
Yeah, man. Just wanted to check in with you and see how things are going. Great stream last night.
Thank you, my friend. Yeah, it was fun, man. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Yeah, I really didn't want too much, but just wanted to call in and just say, hey, great to see another call in to shots, and had a good time watching last night's stream, and got really inspired by everyone else's collections last night. There's a
Right?
lot of great stuff out there.
There was a lot.
Inspiration.
No, yeah, and I think that was the goal, right? Let everybody see everybody's, displays, share inspirations with one another, come together. It was really cool, man. I'm glad you liked that, man. I'm glad you liked it. I think I had some for you in there too, man. Some of your pictures were there.
Oh yeah, I was. As a matter of fact, R&B was asking where that Millennium Falcon came from.
That's right.
And there's little things that in my collection where, and I'm sure many people can agree about, they have things that are associated with great memories. That particular Falcon, I'll never let it go, because I found that on one of our trips to Disney World. I found that at 𝗕𝗘𝗢𝗠𝗘, and it lights up, it makes sounds. It's just a cool rendition of the Falcon, and it's associated with a great memory. That was a trip where we surprised our kids. They had no idea we were taking them to Disney World.
Oh.
So every time I look at it, one, I tie it in with that memory, and two, I just love that version of the Falcon from Solo. But yeah, man, there's so many great ways of. I don't think there's any wrong way to collect. It really isn't. It's connected with nostalgia, life experiences, your favorite characters and shows. Right now, I'm looking at some of my Trek stuff in my bedroom. My wife was gracious enough to let me have some of it in the room. But yeah, they're parts of our identity. They're parts of who we are as individuals, and and that's one of the things I love about showing off my collection and my displays, because, I tell people about where I acquired some of these pieces, and, how fun. Sometimes it's not about the piece, it's about the hunt.
The chase, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, even as I look at my collection, I'm preparing to trade a few figures just to get something new, because I like to, at times I like to just kind of keep it fluid, and right now I'm gunning for a couple Spider-Mans. I know. Do you still have any of yours in your collection?
No, my friend, I am Spider-Man free.
You're spidered out
as of today. Yeah, I know. And I thought about getting the D23, right? But then it was like way out of reach, and now they're showing it again without some of the accessories. I may pick them up. I don't know. Yeah. I still have my original Stan Lee.
It's a good-looking figure.
Yeah, and he's got.
That's something I'd love to have.
Oh yeah, see, I still have my OG, my real Stan Lee. So, I thought, I could put the classic suit Spider-Man with him, which is what I've been considering. Right. But then I thought, wow, that one's kind of cool because he's got the backpack. He's like more of a kid. Even though it's supposed to be like like a college thing, but it just felt, I don't know, it might be kind of neat to have that kind of Peter Parker with my Stan Lee. I don't know yet, though, right? Because, again, I'm kind of like you that way. We'll change it up sometimes.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Like, that classic suit is a figure I've been having my eye on for a while, too. And knowing right now we have Spectacular around the corner, they typically do another, Sideshow typically does another special around Thanksgiving, and the way things have been going with Hot Toys, I'm just trying to bide my time right now. Now, the reason why I'm considering selling a few handful of figures is, in my house, Miles Morales is super, super special. Now, I had the original PS5 version, and I traded him out for something else, and my kids let me have it. I try not to have too many regrets about figures, as I mentioned last week when we were talking. But when I traded off that Miles Morales, they could have ran me out the house. So I'm going to try to make that right this week. So I'm going for Spider-Verse Miles and the Bodega suit, because my kids love Miles. Matter of fact, going back to memories, I remember when I took them to go see Into the Spider-Verse, and it was a movie they could not stop talking about. If it's on TV or if I put it on, the whole family sits down and watches it. So that's a character I also associate with family. So I got to do right by them and get Miles into the house.
Of course. I don't want to be enabling you, though, my friend, but, speaking of classic suit and everybody who's watching as of right now, Pop Culture has 20% off with the code ACTION.
Oh, I know.
And I saw that Spider-Man. I could put classic suit Spider-Man was like $202 shipped.
Oh my God.
From them. So I'm maybe, I don't know. We'll stand by on that one because you're right, man. You wait for sales, and I saw that. I'm like,
that's a hell of a deal. That's phenomenal. I mean, that might be worth pulling the trigger on. But yeah, man, just want to call in, throw in my 2 cents. Just a shout out to all the collectors out there. Beautiful stuff that I saw last night. A lot of inspiration for my collection too. But you know, it's sometimes it's the thrill of the hunt. It's the nostalgia. It's the memories that we associate with the characters connected to those figures, and you know, it's fun. You know, it can be frustrating when you're trying to find that Grail figure, but when you see that Grail, oh my God, yeah. Because for me, my personal Grail is the Chris Reeve Superman. Now, let's you talk about timing. And I'll say this, and you know, I know someone else wants to probably get on. Hot Toys has a perfect chance to jump on the 45th anniversary of Superman next year. They could do a 2.0 or even do Superman and Lois Lane. I mean, they never did the villains from Superman 2, you know, General Zod and Khan and Ursa.
Yeah, dude, bring them all. Bring them all.
Seriously, they could jump and really capitalize on another anniversary year for a benchmark figure, benchmark movie. Will they do that? I mean, who knows? I mean, they haven't done us DC fans right for a long time, but that's an opportunity for them to really, you know, rebound on a property that could use a good 2.0.
Oh, yeah, for sure, bro. I would buy it. I'd buy all those guys.
Oh, hands down, hands down.
Yeah, man.
Well, hey, Mafia, good talking to you. Can't wait to see what you got cooking for the rest of the week. And, you know, and again, to all the collectors, happy collecting out there.
Awesome, brother. You as well, my friend, man. We will talk soon. Cool, man.
All right. Take care, man.
All right, bud. Thanks for calling in, brother. All right. Hey, how you doing tonight, man? Who am I talking to tonight?
Talking to Jason's Trek.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, dude?
Hey, I got a few minutes here. Don't have too much time. I got to take care of house stuff. I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good, man. I know I talked to you a little earlier, man. I don't remember if you got a chance to fully check out the stream last night.
I got through about half of it because I kind of treat it like a podcast. I listen to it on my way to work. Got through to where you guys were talking about the superhero burnout.
Oh, yeah.
And everything. Yeah, and I think that's like a legit thing because, you know, I'm looking at my collection, and other than Trek, the Star X06 stuff, I'm feeling there's too much Star Wars and there's too much superhero stuff. And so and like I've talked to you before, I've been looking at like some of these medieval knight figures and some of the Viking figures, and some of them are really sharp looking. I think some of them might even be better than some of the recent stuff we got from Hot Toys. And they come with a ton of accessories, and some of them's like made out of metal and stuff.
They do.
Like metal for the armor and leather for the armor and stuff. It's like they're stepping up their game where I just feel like Hot Toys is just kind of like spinning their wheels, giving us the same old stuff.
I could see that. It's like when with you know, Robert Burnett last night, you know, he was showing off his that King Tut, that TB League one, right? And that was like, I was kind of impressed by that. I was like, wow, look at this. Yeah, this has a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, it's got a lot of old stuff. Like, you know, Hot Toys used to give a lot of accessories, stuff for you to play, you know, to play around with. And hold on 1 second. You want to say hi?
Yeah, sure.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hello there.
Yeah, it's my daughter.
That's awesome. Oh yeah.
But yeah, Hot Toys used to put out a lot of accessories, and now they're not. But now you have all these other smaller companies. They're like, hey, you know, I'm gonna throw in a chair for that figure was like $180 roughly.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Hot Toys is charging, how much was that Boba with the throne?
$390.
So, yeah, it's like, you know, shoot, that's what, double? Yeah, it's about double.
Yeah, but I think it's the popularity of it, right? It's Star Wars or it's Marvel, so they know they're gonna capitalize in the general masses with something like that, right? I don't know how many people are excited to go buy a King Tut, for example, but the ones who are, right, are like, oh, this is a great deal, right? That's a great price, great accessories. We got a chair. Like, I'm all for it. So I agree with you in that sense. There's a lot of good other figures out there that aren't, Hot Toys. And for a while, that's kind of why I got rid of my Marvel months ago, right? Because as much as I love comics and grew up reading comics, it's like I just feel like, it's just I'm being bombarded almost is how I feel with just I guess you call it superhero fatigue. It's the only thing I can explain.
And it's it's going to be never ending too, because they're going to keep bringing out the movies. I mean, they got tons of characters they haven't even gotten to.
Right.
So,
you're right.
People only have so much space unless you're going to start renting an apartment for your own personal, Hot Toys museum.
Right. That is true, man. That is true, dude. There's a lot of good stuff out there, man. There's a lot of cool stuff out there. Even third party, like unlicensed stuff. There's still a lot of cool of that too.
Yeah, there is.
It's crazy.
There's even some licensed stuff. Yeah, there's even some other licensed stuff that like Caustic Plastic put out a couple of really good looking figures. The Bela Lugosi looked awesome.
Mm-hmm. The Dracula.
Yep, looked really cool. But anyways, like I said, I got to keep it short.
No, man. Appreciate you calling in, brother. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'll try to call in another couple weeks.
Awesome.
Talk to you later.
All right, buddy. All right, Jason. Take care, man.
Bye.
Appreciate. What do you guys think about that? Is there fatigue? Is that something we should talk about next week? Marvel, Star Wars, burnout? I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. That's a good topic. Maybe we'll talk about that on the stream, and we'll follow up the show with that. All right. Well, I think the calls are dying down, so we're going to wrap, guys. Thank you guys for participating, all this fun stuff. Anyway, guys, have a good rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys soon.